Hey, everybody, welcome back to I Know a Guy. I'm Anthony, and this is the podcast where connections thrive. Each episode, we spotlight inspiring entrepreneurs, professionals, and individuals doing amazing things. Together, we'll grow your circle, spark collaborations, and discover new opportunities. Today, we're meeting Natan Verkhovsky, an elite energy coach with over 3 decades of experience, helping peak performers optimize their energy and mindset. A two-time best-selling author and martial artist, Natan has coached Olympic athletes and entrepreneurs, guiding them to scale their businesses, refine their messaging, and unlock new opportunities. How you doing today, Natan?
I'm awesome, man. Thank you so much for having me, Anthony.
No, I really enjoyed all our conversations. You have just a great energy, and there's a lot of people out there that need to know you. So if I can help facilitate at all, then I'm going to do it. So,
I
uh,
appreciate that, man. Thank you.
yeah, absolutely. So, starting off, where are you located? Where are you calling in from?
I'm the only guy in Montreal that doesn't speak French. I'm about an hour out in the Quebec countryside.
Awesome. You been there forever, or are you newer to the area?
Just moved 6 months ago.
Yeah,
Before
figured.
we were in city living the Montreal hustle bustle. Now it's a wonderful, calm countryside.
Any aspirations to learn French, or are you just kind of sticking to your guns and just doing English?
After I've been blessedly married for 30 years with my wife, who's as wonderfully bilingual as possible, and my daughter speaks 3, 4 languages. Other than bedroom talk, no, I don't have any extra vocabulary there. No.
Yeah, there you go. Awesome, awesome. So, for people that haven't been, let's say you have some friends coming up that have never been there. Where are you taking them?
Okay.
What are you doing? And where are you taking them for dinner?
Mm. I will ask them if they're in the mood to go do some kind of a production experience. Because Montreal is famous, like New York or Toronto or any of those other places that are famous for their food. So if they want to go, slumming it for lack of a better word and get a greasy spoon cafe, we have the best in the world. If they want to go upscale and go ridiculous, Michelin star restaurant type stuff, we have that as well. And personally, I dabble a little bit, so I cook. So if my friends are like, you know what, man, if you got this, surf and turf thing you can do for us, or you want to get ethnic and get me into like a Tom Yum soup from scratch, or you want to make some cool Italian dish, yeah. So I'd offer from my house all the way out.
If somebody wants you to cook and they're just saying, do your best. What's your go-to? It's gonna be a win every time.
Ooh, I would probably do a Greek chicken souvlaki from scratch, making my own tzatziki, making all of this. Yeah. Or I do a Sicilian Italian pizza again from scratch, where I'd make the cheese from milk and you just add some vinegar and you squeeze your own cheese, all the way to crushing your own tomatoes to make the sauce. Obviously, make your own dough fermented and a couple days before. Yeah, I get fancy pants.
Okay, I'm currently typing in how to get to Montreal from Iowa. So hold on.
Like, I must eat here.
Yeah.
He has everything covered. I'm like, yeah, I've been cooking around the world because I've been curious. So I
Hmm.
love to play.
That's awesome. Yeah, that's a lot of fun. So it's kind of hard to introduce you because you've done a lot, you're doing a lot. What can you tell us just about you, what you're doing?
What I'm doing, who I am, what I play with, who I love, what are you feeling?
Yep.
Well done. All right. Bastard, he's getting all of it. Okay. Um, my background, I've been an elite energy coach for about 30 years. I started at Cirque du Soleil, worked with Olympians, national sports teams. I've had about 15,000 people come through my hands. Wrote a couple best-selling books on energy management, specifically mental, physical, and emotional drills so that you can go up, down, and neutralize your energy. So when people go, oh, elite energy coach, okay, we talk in, Reiki, numerology, tarot, and I'm like, love those things, not what I do. I work with Olympians and do these mental, physical, and emotional drills because you know yourself best. And you have a pretty good idea if you're at a 4 out of 10 and you're going to do some performance, you need to be at a 7 or 8. You know the difference. You do a pulse check, you go, oh crap, I'm not where I need to be. I've created 23 mental, physical, and emotional tools that'll get you in there within 5 minutes. And in that context of doing it for decades and having thousands of people coming through, we can go with boys, girls, young, old, elite athlete, beginner, novice, all around the spectrum because of that universality. So, where we're coming from is if you're already aware of yourself and you're already a peak performer, let's say you're at 9 out of 10, perfect. There's not a lot of room to grow. If you're looking for 9.1, 9.2, That's the sweet spot where I play. That's my wheelhouse. And that's on a personal level. When I had the pandemic hit, like the rest of the world, I had to pivot. I came online. I figured, hey, man, decades, offline being a coach, how hard can this be online? It was freaking horrible. So I got technology that I can't get MailChimp and Squarespace to not disconnect randomly every 6 hours because it feels like it. I'm feeling like this is crazy. I'm giving thousands of dollars to fake gurus for this new marketing thing. I'm feeling like the only reason it's not working, they keep telling me I'm doing last week's marketing, not this week's marketing. Oh, you don't know? There's new stuff. And so I'm feeling dumb. I'm feeling slow. And I'm feeling that education, experience, expertise is useless. This online space is completely different. And then in June 2020, I founded the Essential Academy, made us a not-for-profit, invitation-only private educational community. And in the next couple of years, we grew to 100 instructors, 400 students, 80 courses, 20 categories. Very baby university, but a legit proper one. And we weren't selling enough courses. And the world shifted around 2023 when people started coming back offline to go back online and stuff. And there was a huge, exodus and then another exodus back and forth. We pivoted, transformed ourselves to Allure Creative Agency. And as far as I know, we're the only not-for-profit public relations house in the world. We are somebody that still keeps to our handpicked invitation-only status. 80% of our business is referral only. We want to work with those that aren't just trying to sell something online in the nicest way, have meaning, have purpose, have message, are trying to do some good, help, heal, those people. And somehow something's kicking their butt. Sales, tech, marketing, something. Those are the people we want to try to big up and get their message out.
Okay, that's awesome. Like I said, hard to introduce you because of that. Right? It's better coming from you than it is from me. So you've done a lot. You're doing a lot. With where you're at now, what do you think? What do you love about it? What's your favorite thing?
Transformation, the ability to go. People who've come here because we play at there's a lot of marketing companies. There's a lot of those type of agencies, and they're great. And they're usually really, really broad. So they'll do everything. We don't. We only do one thing. We just happen to do it really, really well. For us, we create an ecosystem around events, and we do it specifically for C-suite leaders, executives, coaches, those that are hunting that group. So if you're in that space where you're a coach, a healer, a therapist, a financial advisor, somebody that goes, my typical clients are owners, founders, leaders, C-suite, those kind of executives, that's what we've created as a one-off. Very unique little ecosystem that we create where all roads point back to the person. So in that context, I'm not sure if I'm answering the question right, Anthony.
No, there's no wrong answer to it. I ask you what you love, go nuts. If it's this big extravagant thing, take your time. There's
I
a lot
love
to
that.
it.
I love it because it transforms the message that people are bringing. When they're trying to be, logical and be like, I've been doing what I've been doing for 5 decades. I'm really freaking good at it. Okay. I don't care where you are. I can help you. I promise. That's not a marketing message. No one ever goes, you're damn right. Click. Here's my checkbook. Like that doesn't translate at all. And it never has. And so a lot of people are like, well, I don't understand. I've been doing the good work. I've been doing it for long enough. Why the hell don't I get vindicated, rewarded? Why am I not validated? And it's because you haven't looked at it from their point of view, selfishly, self-serving, put those glasses on, what's in it for me? The second you do that from your client's point of view, it'll make your messaging considerably simpler, easier, different. Everything just lends to what's in it for me. So I love when people go through the transformation and go from, well, I've got an MBA and a PhD and I've written these books and I've done this and this. I'm like, great. And Roosevelt said it best. No one cares how much you know until they know how much you care. So good for you. And what you do, that doesn't help me and what I want. And the second you bridge that gap and can make your messaging closer to that, oh, ding, ding, ding. Magically, this gets so easy. And you're like, I don't know. I have no problem with marketing. Well, yeah, you understand how people work. Good.
No, there's a lot to that. There's a lot of truth there too, because no matter how much you do, there's somebody out there that's done more, that's more qualified, that's better at it. And just being humble enough to realize that, take the ego, damp it down a little bit, and go, okay, I can't be everything for everybody. I'm never going to do enough to be the best at everything forever.
And you don't
But
want to.
I could really help this person. I can
Yeah,
find the best way to help. That's something you can achieve. Being the best in the world's hard. It's
yeah, it
one
is.
person out of billions, right? Um, Probably statistically not going to be you, but if you could be the best person for that other person, if you can provide enough value, if you can do the right
Let
things
me
for
speak
them.
to that, Anthony, because I think that a lot of people are coming in and they're getting frustrated because they're looking at this in the way that if I'm here and I look up at the people that are three, four steps above me, ahead of me, making hundreds of thousands of dollars a month, branded, logical, got a huge community, not just a client list, are loved, constantly asked to speak on stages for many, many thousands of dollars. Wow, living the freaking dream, right? That I'm not there. So if I reach up and ask them to reach down to help pull me up, I need to give them something very motivating. That's tricky. And it looks very self serving. Like I constantly ask people bigger and better than me, help me. I want to be you. Good for you, little buddy. Of course you do. How does that, like, you know what I mean? So until you figure out how to bridge that gap and give them what they want, that'll never happen. And a lot of people focus on that. I choose to reverse that and go, I don't care how bad you think it is for you. If you're keeping the lights on and the doors open, oh my God, you have it better than 90% of people online. I would suggest you reach out to the other 90%. You're the top of the freaking iceberg. Reach out to the rest of the iceberg and tell them what you just overcame. Oh, I used to have a problem getting clients. Now I don't. Oh, I used to have a problem having a conversion conversation and bringing them on board. Now I don't. Oh, I used to have a problem finding people that are interested in the same thing. Oh, now I don't. Each one of these is a marketing technique and a campaign and a way for you to reach out to people that would be delighted to hear from you because you're doing it in a self-serving, what's in it for them way. And
Yeah,
that ultimately gets you the fastest results. Like Zig Ziglar, help enough people get what they want, you get what you want. Yeah.
yeah, no, that's probably my most stated quote on this whole thing because it's valuable. Steer your ship into it, right? It's a trope, it's a cliche. We've defined it 1,000 different ways over thousands of years. So it's real. It's very obviously real. Do it. And
Yeah.
when you make that connection, you're like, okay, this makes sense now. If there was a vending machine out there that you put $1 in and two came out, how many times would you put $1 in that machine, right? I would just keep
Mm,
feeding it. I would just right back in over and over and
I
over.
take a loan.
Yeah, exactly. Right. That's good. That's a good ROI. But okay, what are some mistakes? Because you alluded to a couple things that you had some hardship along the way. What are some mistakes that you notice, as an entrepreneur that, or maybe ones that you're seeing others make that, if you would go back and tell yourself, or you would tell them, hey, look out for this. This is a big hurdle. This is something you probably need to look out for.
Sure. Look at yourself through that selfish, self serving filter. It's the greatest gift I can give. I can tell you that it'll really put a spotlight to your messaging. Like imagine you take lemon juice and a pen and you write on a piece of paper. It's invisible ink until somebody heats that piece of paper up and then you're like, oh, freaking magic. That's what I'm trying to allude to, that you might want to do this. So if you're coming in and you're looking at your messaging and your branding, let's say you're somebody who does ghostwriting for a bunch of people. Okay. And you've done it well, like you've ghostwritten 100 books. Okay. Well, heck, you probably like you're really good at this, like the best at this. You're the king. Yeah. So I'm going to call myself the writing king. Now, if you call yourself the writing king, it's brilliant and it's extraordinarily self-serving. So we know that that works. I know why you did it. It's self, yeah, ding, ding, ding for you. What if I want to be a client of yours and I want to come to you and I go, oh shit, I got to bow down to the king. I got to kneel. I got to ask for a favor because the king doesn't need nothing from nobody. So, and that puts me in a very different position, especially if I have any ego, especially if I'm a high end person worth something. That really feels uncomfortable and not very likely that I'm going to go and take a knee. You take somebody like that and go, what is it that you really do? Who do you serve? How do you serve them? Oh, I make sure that I get their voice and their story out so that leaving legacy, so that they're trying to come forward. Oh, and you do it I ghostwrite it for them. So you're the ghostwriting guru, not the writing king. And I'm like, and if it fits, by all means, wear both crowns. Don't care. Some audience will like this, some audience will like that. But it's the ability to look deeper at you, who you serve and how you serve them, to reverse engineer your avatar, which makes it really easy to figure out where they hang out, and thus the messaging on how to blow a dog whistle to them. So they go, oh, what are you talking about? Like, actually, I wanted to invite you to an exclusive executive event. Really? Yeah. Short of coming on your podcast, it's one level below. Oh, heck, how do I not take that invitation? And so they do. And in that context, if you keep it light, if you keep it open and airy, it's a completely different way to delight somebody like an executive, because they're not being pitched or sold or told or any other thing they're expecting. They just get to come. They get to speak. They get to feel heard. Very different. So in that context, that's where I'm coming from.
Mm-hmm. No, absolutely. I love that. I always like to say it's similar if you go to a store and you're looking for something and somebody comes up and goes, "Hey, can I help you find X whatever it is?" And you're like, "Nope, I'm good." And then you spend 30 minutes looking for something that they could just point at, right? You still kind of a little bit
Aisle
of self,
4,
yeah,
right?
done,
Yeah.
right? I'm in and
Yeah.
out. But everybody, it's a reflex. So having that ability to get past that part of it is 99.9% of it, where it's like, let's say they came up to you and they just said, "Hey, I really like this about you," or you have this going on, or
Okay.
I really noticed this. Oh, by the way, since I'm here, can I help you find something? It's completely different vibe. Having that
Yeah.
big twist, same thing. You're still doing the same thing, just a slightly different approach that they're not used to.
Mm-hmm.
So to your point, but since you mentioned Avatar, what does your average client look like, or what are some pain points that people might be going through that if they're dealing with XYZ, you're the person that they should be talking to?
Average clients are coaches, healers, therapists, financial advisors, experts, subject matters on one side. They're people who've invested money to get a brand. As a public relations house, we help give you visibility and credibility through reaching a wider target audience. That's what we do. So if you're at that stage of maturity in your business where that makes sense, we can blow a dog whistle if you're hunting those whales. We're not here for bread and butter, keep the lights on, doors open. We're here to put the caviar. 3, 4, 5, 6 clients a year at this level that we hunt, you'll be like, woohoo, changed my life. Perfect. One of these clients is the equivalent of paying for us for several years. Ding, ding, ding. We're not for profit. We're extremely inexpensive. So keeping it in mind that all of those stars have to line up, that's what we're looking at. If we're looking at pain points, it's people that have been messed with the tech and have gotten so many different systems going and so many VAs and assistants and marketing agencies and people that do one-offs and niche pieces. They're frustrated trying to band-aid solution and hold all this together. They're spending way too much. They're not even sure what they're getting or how to track it or measure it. There's people that are in legacy and saying, hey, I've been doing what I've been doing for decades. I've gotten so much material. I have so much digital assets. How do I monetize it? What do I do with it? How do I make sure that it's out there in the world, that it's left, that if knock on wood, heaven forbid, something happens to me, people know my life's work. And this could help people. And then lastly would be people that are extremely frustrated because the last agency or marketing person or guru that they have worked with, either screwed up or screwed them over, or in some cases, both. I don't get people that come to me and go, oh my God, okay, I've heard of this thing called marketing online. Let's try it. No, I don't have people that come to me through an internet search, so I don't pay for SEO. All my people are by referral recommendation. They meet me on LinkedIn outreach. They meet me at a networking event. It's a completely different animal. Or like you, we get to connect. We've spoken. It resonates. And potentially what I do might be able to help some of the people in your audience. And that's why we're putting this together to help to see if it resonates with someone.
Absolutely. And in that same vein, What do good power partners look like for you? What are good potential other industries or professionals that you synergize well with, you find collaborations work fairly well with?
I will play on two sides. One side is coach, healer, therapist, expert, whether they are looking for other coaches, healers, therapists, experts as clients, whether they're looking for C-suite because they hit corporate and they want those executives, whether they hit professionals and they're looking for owners, founders, leaders. No problem. We play in that world. Bucket A. Bucket B are agency owners because they go, oh my goodness, I've never seen that or heard of that. And I've never put anyone together like that, much less at your price point. That's incredible. You're a fraction of what anyone else would charge. Yep. That's the beauty of being a not-for-profit and having preferential pricing with your suppliers. That's why we handpick the people we work with. We want to make sure that the messaging goes out correct. So in that scope, we'd absolutely be able to help and make sure that this is target marketed and it is genuinely out there to help, to heal, to do some good. And for some reason, something online's been kicking your butt. And you're trying to figure out how to leave legacy. If all of these things are like, yeah, check marks, then yes, this works for you. Again, we only do one thing. We do it really, really well because we stay in our lane. We don't play with other things. We don't do email marketing. We don't do paid ads. Ours is an incredibly organic, personalized outreach.
Okay. How can entrepreneurs harness their energy levels to stay productive and scale their business?
Keep in mind what you're doing this for. If you wake up in the morning and you see, your beautiful partner or children or whatever, and that makes you smile, keep that in your heart. Take a picture, hold it close, put it up. If you're looking for better and you look around and go, not good enough. I'm better. I'm bigger. I want more. I deserve more. I am more. Whatever it is that's going to motivate you, personally or professionally, use that as your jet fuel every single day so that you constantly remind yourself. I'm going to give you two simple, I don't do a lot of math, so I'll use words to replace numbers. I'm going to go equations, right? Left side has to equal right side. Even I got that. So on the left side, I'm going to put the word gratitude. In the middle, I'm going to put equals. And on the right side, I'm going to put abundance. Gratitude equals abundance. How come I wake up in the morning and, I got this checklist of things that I go through. I'm rich. I'm successful. I've got a six-pack abs. I visited Mount Everest. My wife is a lingerie model. My children respect and love me. Small children and dogs love, I've got this checklist and I read it every morning and I'm like, and do you feel good? And God, no, I feel awful. What's going on? Why? I don't know, man. I'm like, okay, well, progress equals happiness. When's the last time you challenged yourself? When's the last time you bit off more than you could chew? Found an obstacle and then overcame it? Oh my goodness, you're going to feel happy right away. It's a huge self-satisfaction feeling. And when you wake up in the morning and you literally count your blessings and you go, that exercise of gratitude, my God, I feel abundant. Holy crap. No matter what you look around and go, I could do better. Great. You still can feel incredibly abundant in what you have. You don't need to feel lacking in order to motivate yourself to get more. You can feel very happy in the success you have and say, well, what do successful people have? If they're happy, if they're healthy, if they got great relationships, if they've got, money in the bank, what else do they want? One word, 4 letters, MORE. That's all. More.
Awesome. What makes a powerful elevator pitch that grabs attention and opens doors for business growth?
Since we've been speaking on it since the beginning, what is in it for me? I don't give a crap about you, what you know, what you do, what you've done, who you played with. I am not interested. All I want to know is how quickly and succinctly you can tell me what's in it for me. That's it. So if you can change your elevator pitch and go, I'm in an elevator. I'm visualizing this literally. I'm on the 4th floor. This guy just clicked 5th floor. I've got 10 seconds. He looks at me and says, hey, Anthony, I've seen you in my building before. Nice to meet you. What do you do? And you say, I know a guy. and you're smart enough to just shut up at that point. And he goes, what does that mean? Ding, his elevator just hit his next floor. He has a choice to either click another floor, click pause, or to just be like, well, sorry, we'll talk another time. And if you said something interesting that wasn't self-serving, oh, I'm a fractional CMO. All right, that's factual. Good for you. That is what you do. That is who you are. Okay. But I don't have any questions, bro. I'm good. I get what you do. I don't need what you do as far as I know what you do. And it crushes it. If you instead could petition yourself in a way that, you're not quite sure what I do, but if we talk about it, I think it'll help. And damn it, if people don't bite. So leaving it open-ended, leaving it intrigued, leaving mystique, leaving what's in it for me. What do you do and stuff? Oh, I help clients with da, 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 da. Okay. Yep. Don't need that. I'm good. Thanks. You don't want to give enough information for them to make a decision. So a great elevator pitch leaves mystique, and much more. Oh, man. All right, I'll bite. I don't know how you do that. Great. Well, John, you pay me for the how. I'll tell you what working with me looks like, and I'll tell you why now is the best time to work with me. How? Make a deposit.
Yep, absolutely. And I think people misunderstand elevator. You don't sell with an elevator pitch. You're intriguing. The whole idea is to have a longer conversation. If you try to sell somebody a jet in an elevator pitch, it's not going to work.
From fourth to fifth floor, really?
Yeah.
What you want, if you know you did this right, the person's going to go, oh, hell no, pick the 12th floor and give you 10 seconds. Now, John, you did the 5-second thing. Okay, now give you 10 seconds. What do you got? Well, we work with people to help them. Now you can go into it. And now you can be specific, but not too specific. And in 10 seconds, pull out. You want to be brief. You want to be bright. You want to be freaking gone, right? Be brief, be bright, be gone. That's it.
Yep. Don't scratch the itch. They want you to come back to finish scratching that itch because they're like you said, they're intrigued.
They didn't pay you for
more.
this yet. Stop doing the how when you didn't get paid for it. Damn it. They pay you for the how.
Exactly. No, that's a very succinct way of saying that because I think a lot of people need to hear it. They're like, oh, if I could just have a perfect elevator pitch, I'll sell more.
Have you seen a LinkedIn profile that shows you their entire resume and curricular vitae for the last 20 years that are trying to impress you with the words? Have you seen a landing page or worse, a website that just tells you anything and everything they do, hoping that this spaghetti marketing, they throw enough on the wall, maybe something will stick?
I've seen it. I haven't read it. I can tell you that right now. So
why would you? It doesn't serve you. If instead you saw sniper marketing, one shot, one kill, very uncomfortable position for many hours, to be able to enable that, perfect. Then it blows a dog whistle. You look around and go, hold on, did you guys hear that? No. Holy crap, that was just to me? And now it's binary. That you know that you either got this or you didn't, and now it becomes polarizing. Hey, buddy, you either love this messaging or you don't. If you love it, you're in my tribe, you're one of my fans. We should work together. You don't, that's okay. Not for everybody. And be human. Don't try to chase everybody, right? Like if you're on this side of the political spectrum, you pitching to the other side is just blah, blah, blah. If you're on this side, the undecided in the middle, that's the only people that you should be focusing on. So the people who love what you do, great. Reach out to them and be like, you sure? Come on over. I'm doing it again. You'll love it. Minimum effort. The people who don't love what you do, minimal effort. Don't touch them. Don't leave them alone. The people in the middle who aren't quite sure who you are or what you do, maximum effort. And lean on the people who do know as your social proof. So you're not talking about how super wicked awesome you are. They are.
What strategies do you think that business owners can use to create profitable JV partnerships and expand their reach?
Make sure you're clear and open and honest. When we're talking JV partnership, there's only two kinds. If you want a joint venture with me as a strategic partner, you're either a production partner or a promotional partner. If you're a production partner, we're putting on events. I'm putting my systems, my teams, my outreach, my vehicles in motion for it. Oh, you don't have systems and teams and mechanisms. We're not at an equal level. We should not be production partners. That's not fair. It's not open and honest. It's not true. If we look at promotional partners, I've got 10,000 and a half people on Facebook or LinkedIn, another 5,000 on Facebook. I've got eyes on me. I've got lists of tens of thousands, if not hundreds of thousands of people I can reach out to. You're just starting out. We're not equal. That's not fair. So when people are coming to somebody that's, again, 3 steps above you and saying, let's play together, and they're like, dude, we're not on the same level. Come on, look in the mirror, do a reality check. If instead you looked at people 3 levels below you and said, how can I bring you up? Oh my God, the problems you have, the little obstacles and concerns you have, they will give their left arm for that. Oh, I don't know how to engage my community more. You have a community? Oh, I don't know how to do more with my clients. You have clients? Like, you're so silly worrying about your little world when you don't understand that what you have, to the people who haven't gotten what you've gotten, will gladly pay you and help you monetize to the next level. That's how you earn your wings, and that's how you get to go to that next level up.
I heard it earlier today, actually, so it's really serendipitous that you don't have to be the expert. You don't have to be the best. If you're 20% more knowledgeable in something than somebody else, that's super valuable for them.
Huge,
So
huge.
lean into that, right? You have it.
Amen,
They
brother.
don't. They
Amen.
want it. Be there.
Yes.
So
Yes.
awesome. Well, we covered a lot, like a lot. And I know we could go down all the rabbit holes and spend a lot of time doing this, but is there anything overall that I missed that you really wanted to add?
No, it's been amazing. If anyone wants to come, there's multiple levels we can play in the same sandbox. So if on a deep personal level, something resonates with you as an energy coach, you're a peak performer, you're at 9 out of 10, you're looking to get to 9.1 or 9.2, reach out to me. Let's have a conversation, see if that resonates. If you're at the level where you're going, hey, I'm here, I'm online, something is just giving me a little bit of friction, or even better, I'm doing great, but I'd like to know what greater looks like. I would love to hear from you. See what you're doing, share resources. Again, we're not for profit. I'm not here for our big buck. That's not our focus. We give back. So we're looking for people that are trying to also give back. We serve those that serve others. If that's you and that resonates, reach out. If on a professional level, the impact of what you're doing and the message of what you're doing and the time and energy and money you've spent to build a brand needs more credibility, visibility, and a wider target audience, that's the only thing we do. So we do one thing, which is do it really, really well. We stay in our lane. Reach out to me if any of that, all the way up that range, resonates or helps you. If it's someone that you know that can help, that's who we're here for. So I'd love to connect.
Awesome. For those people, where can they reach you or how can they find you?
There's a basic link, so you can go to allurecreative.agency/let's chat. And I'm sure we'll be able to put that in the chat and let people get an access to it. That's if you know what you're thinking and want to book a one-on-one with me, go for it. If you wanted to look around, I'll send you another link. We'll have it here. You can take a look at some of the events that we do. These corporate one-on-one, really, really personalized messages, depending on who you're hunting and how, and what message would resonate to them. So they'll go, oh, I can't wait to go to this event. I'm delighted. Yeah, I got invited. That's what we're looking for. And then make sure that if you wanted to understand the full range of offerings of what we're looking for, there's a 5-minute tour video over on our solutions page. Take a look, go down that rabbit hole, see if it is something that makes sense for you and what you're trying to do.
Perfect. If anybody would like to get a hold of Natan, I cannot recommend it more. Make that phone call, reach out, have that conversation. You're going to walk away knowing so much more than you do already. You're going to, he's exactly the same in a one-on-one as he is here. So I can't stress that enough. Have that conversation. There's a lot here, and a lot of us need to look into it. So absolutely do that. I'll put everything in the show notes so it's super easy. Other than that, if anybody would like to get a hold of me, you can find me at ikag.me, where you can find more episodes, subscribe to our newsletter, connect with awesome people like Natan in our growing community. If you or somebody you would know would like to be interviewed, you can also apply on the website. But I really appreciate you coming on. I've really enjoyed every one of our conversations.
Thank you.
You're doing awesome things. More people need to know about it. So let's all get out there, have an awesome day, and grow our circle. All right.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
Absolutely.